Hey guys, today I'm going to show you exactly what it should look like when you're working on this from home. So you can use your sketchbook, you can use plain paper. If you have nothing, just use lined paper from a notebook, okay? So you need a pencil and a ruler. If you don't have a ruler, use the edge of something straight. A biscuit box, a egg carton, something that's going to draw a straight line, the edge of a book. So rulers preferred because it's not as bulky, but here we go. So what we're going to start out with doing is on the video that I linked in before, I had you just fold your paper. You could just do a vanishing or a horizon line pencil if you wanted to. I do the letters on the bottom, but you're welcome to do it on the top and make your vanishing point on the bottom. It depends on what video you watch and how people do it. Biggest thing, it's like, what if you have a super long name? Like if I did my last name, think about how many letters it is. So Manat is 6 letters, and then you find the middle. So that would be my 2 ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use guidelines, and you probably can't even see this because it's so light. These guidelines, I start in the middle. So let's see here. The light is weird. Here we go. You can kind of see that I'm putting it in there. I start right smack dab in the middle and I build my name around it. Then you have to do block letters. So block letters, I'd prefer you to use your ruler to do the straight edges, but just for the sake of the video, I'm going to drive around my letters. I would like them not to overlap, especially since you're beginners at this, so try not to have them one on top of the other. If you get a little bit more advanced, you can do that, but it becomes a little confusing. So I'm just now fitting in my name. Now you probably would take a little bit longer of time to draw your name in block letters from this point. Then you would use your eraser and erase out the guidelines that you had in there, because you're going to be decorating them with patterns and designs later on, all of the fronts of the letters. So erase, remember, draw light until you get it right. Then you're going to put your vanishing point. So decide where you want it to be. It's really hard to see because I have a little bit of a glare, but it's right there. Then you're going to take all of the top corners to the dot. And still be doing this lightly because you're going to erase them as they go forever into the distance. You're going to cut these letters off. Now we're coming up to an O. A lot of times that's confusing. What do I do? There's no corners on a circle or an oval. So I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go and slide it over until it just meets with that edge, and that's where I'm going to draw my line. So then on the other side, I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to go all the way until it just touches that corner, and it's just barely right there, which is a little confusing. Then I'm going to continue with my ends. See, I'm constantly shifting the ruler, but it's still lining up with my vanishing point. Up, coming to another circle. This one will be a little bit more easy. If I go like this, I'm going to take it and I'm just going to go straight to the edge of that curve. And then at the bottom of it, I'll show you that you're going to do the same thing. So right now we're just doing the tops of the letters. After you get the tops of the letters, you can see them being stretched into the distance. You're going to go to the bottoms of the letters. So I'm going to go to the bottom corner of this T. If I went here, it would pass through the front, so I skip it, just like we did when we had those boxes a couple weeks ago. So I'm going to take the bottom of this corner. Now it's going to want to go through the front of the O, so I stop. I'm going to then skip over to the bottom curve of this O, and then I'm going to go like this. I don't want it to run through the end, so then I stop. Going to go to the bottom corner. This is where it gets tricky. If something's directly underneath the vanishing point, you might not see anything. Same here. It would pass through the letter. So I'm going to skip it. Now I'm going to go to here. Going to go through the front. Skip it. This one here, it's not going to go through the front. It's just going to show a little sliver right there. Going to this O again. Nothing really shows. The corner of this M, a tiny sliver. Even tiny slivers within here. And there you have it. So now your bottom is also curved underneath. Okay. I'm trying to get rid of the glare, but all right. You guys know how much I love this hover cam. So then we have to cut them off. So you take your ruler, all of your horizontal lines, you're just going to scooch it back. So here's one. I'm going to decide where I want it to cut off, and I'm going to go like this. Then here's another one right here. I'm going to scooch it back. It makes sense because it jumps across right there. Now with a curve line, you're going to curve where you ended. So curve down. Then I'm going to take this one and scooch it back. This one, scooch it back. You'll kind of visualize where it's going to be. Here's another curve. The same curve is just going to go right there. And then my T. Okay, so now I did my horizontals. So corners, bottom and top, horizontals, it's cut off, but it's still not done. We have to do all of our vertical lines. So just like the boxes, the horizontals stay horizontals, the verticals stay vertical. So I'm going to scooch this back. This one goes there. This one, you can get fancy. If you notice that it has a curve, you can add that curve. Inside your O, you might see a little bit of the back side, like you can kind of travel through it. This one's on an angle. My vertical is kind of on an angle, so I'm going to match that angle, and I'm going to get that to cut into the end. This is the trickiest part of the name, is what I'm doing right now. Where do these go, and how do I put them in? With the T, you're just going to end it right here, tiny, tiny sliver. So hopefully this helps with your curves and your straights. Now I would erase all of these lines here up at the top, and then I would just have my name. Okay, so hopefully this helps answer some questions. And if you have any questions, just talk to me either through Google Classroom or via email. Bye, guys.